Hey everyone, I'm HorseyEatYou. Oh, good thing that OBS doesn't record itself. It was in the window. Alright, sorry, I'm back with Background Order. I just got some tickets. So let's use those. That's the worst intro I've ever done, I think. Alright, gambling time, who cares? I could go for a Rush goal since I don't even have one copy of her. But I'd kind of like to get a second copy of Kukulkan. He's like, as is, like, I have no excuse to actually use her. I have an MP2 Arcuid. I hope I'm saying it. Alright, let's just say Archetype Earth. I know I'm saying that correctly. Okay, we got, I don't even remember his name. He has a skin that looks like a banana, I think. I swear he has a banana costume. I'm not making that up. Okay, assassin, we don't care. What's Talonlok again? She's a pretender. Okay, so if it's gonna be gold if we get one of the two grade up servants. I already have both of them, by the way. I think Talonlok is on MP2 actually. Okay, come on, we got two more. We all know it's the last one that always gives you the one you want. So this is gonna be the one. I'm not gonna use any of my courts. I'm saving up for Needlecris Altar when she comes back on Valentine's Day. Well, I don't know if it's on Valentine's Day for the event. I did look it up. She has a banner there. Okay. Disappointment. I'm used to it. I mean, I'm saying that I already have Kukulkan. 2 Talonloks. I got Kukulkan and 30 quartz. So like I have no right to complain. Oh yeah, right. I forgot to click this. I'm doing anything to procrastinate. How much quartz is this? Well, 42 to... Oh, geez. Okay, that's 30 quartz. Yeah, apparently the Ordeal Call Prologue came out. I didn't know that would ship before. Like I don't think the whole Ordeal Call system is out yet, is it? I don't think it would. I be able to see it? I think it's an enhance. I don't know where it is, but I know there's like a whole like a skill tree kind of thing. I briefly interacted with it on the Japanese servers. Anyway, we gotta go unlock that. Let's get to it. Still on section 11, I think, halfway through it. Well, halfway, 2 arrows in, I think. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna finish it this time because this is a very long one. I did see that the next section is like an interlude or fragment or whatever. So I figure if I leave, the last arrow of this or something, the last 2, because I think these are going to be very long chapter arrows, it all fit together nicely. The time long before the present, long before the Neogene, is that a real one? The Paleogene, the Cretaceous, the Jurassic, or the Triassic, is that how you say it? Periods. Our journey as a species began on a continent 300 million years ago. That's how this texture, this cosmic hypothesis, was programmed. I mean, I've mentioned this before, I do not know a lot about like prehistory. Like to me, Jurassic, Cretaceous, they're the same thing. What's the like? I do not actually know the difference, but ye olden times. Back then, there was only one continent. It was a new world created when 3 smaller continents collided and fused together. Oh, they were separate before? I thought it kind of started out as Pangea. The collision formed mountains, and the mountains formed air flows. The air flows begat rainy seasons, which produced many rivers and countless marshes. So many kinds of plants began to grow. Is that supposed to be so? And so, great woodlands were born on this planet. The forests were made up of great ferns, about 40 meters tall by your measurements. Those ferns were our vessels, became the new society that kept us alive. Forests continued to grow. Without any natural predators, the insects evolved to become bigger and stronger, and finally became the form of life modern humans like yourself could understand. Our species changed course to match the evolution of those life forms as well. Also, those ferns eventually returned to the ground. Much later in your time, what remained of them would become the coal you dig up and use. Wait, coal? Really? I mean, I knew about oil, right? But this is why your people call this particular time the... okay, I guess coal is just carbon, right? Carboniferous period, is that how you say that? The insect's time at the top of the food chain was short-lived. It wasn't long before you vertebrates appeared. Wait, so is coal really just old plants? I mean, that makes complete sense. I've just never thought about it. Still remember how astounded, how overjoyed we were back then. Mouths with teeth, 4 sturdy limbs, heads that extended from the torso. Amniotes? A brand new form of life similar to what you call lizards. It was clear for all to see that they would become the Earth's dominant species. These creatures, born from the amniotic eggs with a kind of membranous layer. These eggs were filled with amniotic fluid, which surrounded the young within as they grew and developed. I mean, I don't know if it's clear. Science, like, oddly, it was my strong suit. Like, it was always my best grade. But I always, like, I've had a hard time understanding a lot of sciencey stuff. This method of procreation granted the young protection from the outside world in the form of the egg itself. The far safer way of giving birth, one which had not yet been seen. Thanks to amniotic eggs, these life forms no longer needed to remain in water to reproduce. And so, life on land became viable. Over many long years, they further divided into synapses and I don't know. Why are we doing this? What's the point of this? Who's talking? The ones who survived extinction became the dinosaurs' ancestors. For 47 million years, they made this land into their own personal paradise. Up to this point, everything has been the same as what transpired in your world. Here, though, our worlds diverge and Mictlan begins. 66 million years ago, this planet faced its third extinction level event. 81% of all aquatic life and 70% of all land vertebrates died as a result. In your timeline, proper human history, this is where the world of the dinosaurs came to an end. But this is a lost belt. Thanks to a tiny deviation in its path, the meteorite that devastated the Earth arrived 250 million years sooner. Instead of waiting for humans like you to appear much later, we chose the existing creatures to carry the torch of life. We chose the prehistoric children who continue to live on this planet, just like you. So, and that's where my dream ended. Okay, good on those weird dreams. That sounds like a lot like the lucid dreams masters sometimes have a result of synchronizing their minds with their servants. I forget about those. We've had a couple of those in Fate Grand Order, right? I'm trying to think. Was it? For some reason I'm thinking Lost Belt 4, but I don't know. The voice in the dream said it was the Carboniferous period, right? And then obviously, like Artoria dreamed of proper human history, Artoria, back in Lost Belt 6 for some reason, but I guess it's kind of the same thing. Then he must have been seeing a Paleozoic era Earth. I think Nasu's just making up terms now. Devonian period, Carboniferous period, and Permian period mark the end of the Paleozoic era. The Mesozoic eras of dinosaurs began when the Paleozoic era came to an end. These are not... Okay, they are probably real terms, but do you know why all the Paleozoic era creatures died out, Horsey? Something called the Big Five, right? Shut up, Mashu. Yeah, exactly. And the biggest of the Big Five is an event that took place at the end of the Permian period. In the case of other mass extinction events, we know exactly what happened. As with this third one, though, it's still unclear. Some people believe it happened because of the simultaneous volcanic eruptions. Others say meteor impacts. Still others blame temperature increases from the sudden release of methane from the ocean bottoms. If that mass extinction hadn't happened, life on this planet would probably have evolved very differently from what it is now. After that event, the Mesozoic era, when the dinosaurs reigned supreme, lasted for 180 million years. Followed by the Cenozoic era, which began 66 million years ago and is still going strong. However, no heroic spirit could possibly have memories of that time. Shut up, Mother Sign. Did they make that specifically for this, or has she always had that sprite? Well, I guess there might be an exception or two who happen to be around in the Precambrian era. Is that when there was an explosion? But as a general rule, human heroic spirits, by definition, all lived during the Cenozoic era. The only being who could have possibly showed you anything like that is what the Magecraft world calls an archetype. Oh, what? They're essentially like the planet's brain or memory. Oh, I guess I mean, Bort's here, so I guess that's why they're bringing that up. Archetype. I must say, proper human history tableware is wonderful. Especially fond of this cup. We use tableware here, but we've never actually made so many varieties of different purposes. Did they really give him a sprite holding plates? Oh, I see. So you call this a watering can. Interesting. Do you mind if I kept one as a sample? Can't wait to show this to our resident artisans. But they'll be so impressed they'll begin mass production in no time. You can see it now. Brand new type of cup made just for deinos. We call it Drinky No Spitly. Gonna be a huge hit. That's a good name. Oh, that's the watering can Mashu brought back from the border last night. Not really how watering cans are meant to be used, but I guess it's fine. Because even with all their advanced knowledge, deinos don't bother with what they deem unessential. I could say you're not like the rest of them, Tepeu. You're extremely curious, aren't you? You really have the spirit of an adventurer. Means you've never forgotten what it's like to be a kid. You think so, Da Vinci? You seems like one of the most mature people I've met personally. You mean that I haven't matured mentally from a certain point of my life? Then you may well be right. I've never been good at simply accepting things around me as they are without first giving them some thought. As I've told you before, Mashu, never quite fit in with Deino society. That's why I went off to live on my own. Perhaps my thoughts are closer to people from proper human history than they are with my fellow Deinos. At any rate, it's almost time for the sun to begin moving away from its altar, so we should begin repairing the border. Just to be sure, may I ask you all what your immediate schedules are like? Gotta go, do an interlude, gotta go farm hands, some QP, spend time with best girl Needle Chris. Of course, I'm gonna go help Sion in the border's computer room. Habitat is currently in her base form, recharging her magical energy at the border. Alright, they didn't mention her last time, did they? Gonna go look around Chicken Eatsa with you, Tepeu. Heard you can get all kinds of great Oregon here. Oh, I know, she did show up. She had that different sprite, didn't she? I'm gonna be Horsey's escort. Let's go! Also, Nemo Baker asked me to get some ingredients for rations from the jungle. You need a guide? The jungle is practically my backyard, so I know it really well. Oh yeah. Hey, Olga Marie. Why don't you come with us? Rah! Oh, hey. Oh good, I made it! Sorry about the busted wall. This is a little late for that now, huh? Anyway, hope you can forgive me. After all, came here on a mission. Could have used the door. You all, come with me. There's a place I want to show you. Just know you're gonna love it. Oh right, you mentioned that yesterday, didn't you? Something about it being the kind of place only powerful Deinos can make. That weak Oslo man never could. Oh yeah, let's see this place. Sounds much more interesting than fixing a ship. So there you have it, Horsey. I already have plans. Too bad. Maybe this is for the best. ... Oh! My brothers! You're here already, huh? Really just figured out what everyone's gonna work on. For some reason, the Deinos keep coming up and talking my ear off. They're all really inquisitive and friendly, so there hasn't been any trouble. Just not really sure how to handle them. Tepeu, if they're just here to gawk at us, I'd rather you had them keep their distance. I understand. This is fairly unusual for Deinos. Must be because of the King of Dinosaurs' decree. You mean the one allowing them to talk to us? Yes. I believe they're coming to take a look for themselves now that they have permission to do so. I have an idea. Would you be willing to talk to them once you've done with work for the day? I believe that should satisfy the Deinos' curiosity. What do you say, Mashu? Horsey? Are you sure you want us to be the ones to handle that? Who else would you trust to handle that? I think it would be much more productive coming from you or Sion or Da Vinci. No, I think you two are by far the best choice. Don't you agree, Kukulkan? Yeah, I do. These Deinos want to hear about proper human history and lost spots from people who've actually lived in those worlds, not from academics. Honestly, I already heard stories about them myself. They're so much fun, kinda want to hear them again. So where are you gonna do this? I don't think this is a good spot. The other staff would be too scared. I mean, Deinos make a pretty intimidating first impression, right? So, I think the staff are gonna need some time to get used to them. Good point. Why don't we have this get together at the shrine then? Make sure the king agrees to it. Thank you for choosing your words so carefully, Kadak. Really appreciate it. I was just telling the truth, that's all. Thanks for picking a place. Alright, we're off to the jungle to hunt beasts. To hunt wyverns. We should look for wyverns without any toxins, yes? Yeah, the border's food reserves almost ran out while everyone was barricaded inside. Seems like it was so bad that Baker apparently started stirring an empty pot just to feel like she was doing something. So yeah, wait, is Baker actually a girl? We need to replenish our meat supply. You can find fruits or spices too, even better. We should try the area near the Khan ruins. The shoes there should have plenty of what you're looking for. Come on, Needle Chris Horsey, let's go. Oh, but watch out, Mictlan turkeys aren't to be trifled with. If you aren't careful, they might end up eating you instead. Okay. Hey Game Press, what's up? Frontline Needle Curse and NPC support max 5 servants. And when the final wave starts, enemy will use a skill that has a 40% chance to stun everyone. Needle Curse is guaranteed to get stunned. Okay. Can I use my... Wait, no. I can use my own Needle Curse. Level 85. Silly costume on. Get Bond XP. And Golden Sumo. Needle Curse loves Sumo, as we know. Oh. Filtered by Bond. I didn't look at the classes, just argue it. I don't think I have a. Oh, yes, I do have a Black Grail. Oh, okay. Slap that on. Why not? Kogan Skya and someone AoE just in case something goes terribly wrong. Right, you never know. Kaleidoscope. Archer's back. You can't go wrong with Archer's back. Oh, what are we using? What is this thing? What the heck? I've never seen that one before. What is this one? Shiki? Decreased death resistance for one enemy? That's premium curry bread. Buster effectiveness. Sunset classroom. It's that are references to Arcuid's good ending. Use MP gauge for a single ally. I haven't looked at these new ones. Overcharge. That's actually pretty cool. Wait, is that? Oh, that's MP gain. Okay. Only has one battery. Here, let's try this one out. Looks like a dork, but okay. Hey, sorry, my game crashed. And then when I came back and did one Noble Phantasm, my really loud heater kicked on. So I just cut it again. You know. Alright. Anyway. I guess I was talking about like science. Right, like the reason I'm kind of bad at science and yeah, I'm kind of bad at science. No! wait, hold on, we can fix this. Okay. My school's like science classes are not great. Like I've never been good, like if I can't see like an applicable use for something, I have a hard time getting it, right? Or like with history, like I have a hard time like visioning things I haven't seen before, right? Like unless I've seen like a, you know, like if I don't have like a picture to detail something, I'm like, what are they talking about, right? Giant turkey! That's a chicken. Oh, okay. Just Needle Chris. Okay. We got this. Is that for everyone? Yeah. I don't. Maybe we end this in one turn. But like in my science classes, we like very rarely actually did like anything. Right? It's almost all in the books. So stuff like cells and stuff, like who cares? I mean, I get that, you know, the cells exist, but has anyone ever actually seen? Yes, they have. Have I ever seen one? I mean, on the internet, sure, but in a textbook. But like, we never had like microscopes or anything. I mean, I went to a pretty small school, so they probably just couldn't afford it. I never even got to like dissect a frog. I always wanted. Well, okay, I didn't want to do that, but like, you know, part of me did, right? But also like a part of me was like, that's disgusting, I don't want to do that. But also like, well, okay, that game's XP fast. Oh, solar heights, let's go! I actually bought a bunch with white prisms. I forget what those are called. So now my Kukoken has a maxed up battery skill. Not enough QP to get the other ones maxed though. I ran dry. That was horrific. What possible reason could there be for those creatures to sound like that? Never heard of anything so awful. Their cries are heavy with regret, remorse, lingering attachment, and unadulterated shame. The turkeys? Felt as though they are fervently blasphemizing against every living thing in the world. Whatever happened to Mictlan being a divine world where the dead were only tested to save them. Thinking of crappy ministries, Mictlan, not this one. Still, that was weird. No sound waves can mess with your inner ear. I don't know why they seem to be even more effective on you. Are those real ears or... Anyway, be extra careful in how you prepare that turkey. Like, I don't know what our little things are. Oh, you can't see my cursor, but with my my finger touching the screen, I wouldn't be on an emulator. That's ridiculous. But she has the things that kind of looks like bunny ears on her head. What are they? Be extra careful in how you prepare that turkey. Make sure you cook it thoroughly too. Otherwise, we might end up taking it in its detestable insolence when we eat it. Ooh, I'm exhausted. Running back and forth between chicken eats and the fourth stratum really takes it out of you. Why are we doing this again? No, Master Tepeu said it would strengthen our lower bodies, but still. Remember, he said it would be an easy job. All we'd have to do is gather parts to repair their ship. He didn't tell us how far we'd have to run to do it, that there'd be Osselman along the way. It's pretty rough. No, don't be like that, brothers. We're doing this to help our new siblings, remember? Plus, they said we'd have to play Chaldea on the ship's deck once the repairs are finished. Imagine our beautiful passes going back and forth in the open sky. Pretty sweet, right? That sounds awesome. Guess we'll just have to keep doing our best. But first, we gotta have Horsey do his part. Don't dibs on this seat. What am I doing? Story time? Huh? What are you talking about? We're gonna play Chaldea. You're gonna tell us about proper human history, right? Thought I was the only brother who was interested in that. Turns out everyone is. Oh yes, Tepeu told us about this. Alright. Since Chris is here too, why don't we tell you about ancient Egypt? I mean, that's a place to start. Is that okay with you, Pharaoh Chris? Of course. My reign didn't last very long, but that doesn't make me any less of a pharaoh. I'll gladly tell you of life in our glorious kingdom, ancient Egypt's 6th dynasty. Then a cut because we know nothing about the real Chris. Chris might not have actually even existed, right? I think she's like, one of those disputable, she may have just been, a story. With that, my life as a pharaoh came to an end, and I vanished from the earth without ever visiting the eternal kingdom. This was all back in the 22nd century BC. Afterwards, the ancient Egyptian dynasties would continue to flourish until the 1st century AD. Pharaoh Cleopatra did her best until the very end, but ultimately, the Roman Republic changed the course of Egypt's history forever. Dang, Queenie. Talk about living the hard life. Those evil priests and advisor guys were like Vakub, right? You've been surrounded by tons of them since you were born, and they manipulated your brother, the king, right up to the moment they had him assassinated, and then Chris had flooded them all, right? They'd act like they were manipulating you too, all the while you were secretly looking for an opportunity to strike back at them. Then after years of gritting your teeth and biding your time, finally managed to gather all the evil conspirators in one place and wipe them out. Could you do that, brother? Like if you had to live your life with your entire Chaldea team as your enemies. Oh man, no way. Wouldn't even last a day. You didn't just survive. You actually won, Lady Needle. You're even more cooler, pardon my French, than Lady Kukoken. This is what gods are capable of. Way better than our god. All she does is go around taking walks. So your wife telling me the Deinonychus species has outlived its usefulness? They can wipe you all out, just like that. Thank you, but I'm really nothing special. She just started genocide. Any pharaoh would have done the same. Besides, if I was truly as good as you say, then instead of executing those conspirators, I would have managed to save my brothers from the assassins sent after them. Chris. That said, there's no denying that my victory is truly spectacular. like to think my brothers are watching from the eternal kingdom with pride. Oh, she had multiple brothers? Anyway, thank you all for listening so attentively. You are a wonderfully well-behaved audience. That's just because you're such a good talker. But like I was there watching it happen. The stories of your history are like this. Just so sharp, I felt like I was gonna cut my brain. Okay, hold on. I need to cut this. Okay, sorry, I cut it. I took a drink of water. I don't know. I think I just have something stuck in my throat. But when I took a drink of water, I tasted something. I was like, oh God, what was that? So I had to go wash out my cup. I think there's just something stuck in my throat, though. I don't think any of us will last a day in your world. Losing your whole family because of bad guys' evil plotting, deceiving, hating, killing members of your own species. We couldn't possibly deal with anything so cruel. Hearing it as a story, we can only manage. Yes, that's the good thing about stories. You may be right. Does this mean you've never had any kind of war in your own history? Okay, but after all that, still one thing I don't get. What was with all that stuff about years and eras? You guys always keep track of time in proper human history? I mean, the deinos don't? Hold on, are you saying Mictlan doesn't have historical eras? You don't keep track of the passes of time in your culture? That's right. To be honest, I found it strange ever since I started traveling with you. Seems like humans and deinos perceive time very differently. We don't have any concept of what we've been calling years. Well, Tepeu said how old he was before, wasn't he? What you call the past, we simply refer to broadly as before. For us, 100 years ago is just a little before. 1,000 years ago is long before. So our society never gets more complex, like it did in the dynasty Neocris so kindly told us about. Counting the years, really, recording our history at all is not something deinos have ever done. There's never been a need. Our way of life has been the same ever since it began long before. To convert it to your measurements, nothing about us has changed for the last 66 million years. Okay. Oh, end of chapter. Yeah, okay. So maybe that plays into why this is a lost spell. Like, deinos can't really succeed humans in the, you know. Okay. Chapter, what is this? Area 4? How many? It's been 3 days this section already? You're really just wasting time, huh? I mean, I guess we gotta get this border going. Okay, guys, I've got a quest for you. You know the heat-resistant plating on the borders now? A lot of it's come off. So I was hoping you could find some quartz for us. Singan says that if you can bring us about 20 tons of... Oh, okay, yeah, easy. Of quartz, she can now chemically transmute into what we need. 20 tons? You do know an ordinary human can't carry that much, right? Master's right. Even with his backup final mystic code, there's simply no way he can carry 20 tons by himself. 19 maybe, 20 no. Don't be shy. You can ask me to handle that kind of thing. As long as I can get a hold of it, I carry just about anything. Oh, but I guess just any old ore isn't gonna cut it, right? Sorry, I'm more of a broad strokes kind of god. Can I just bring you a whole mountain and call it a day? If you can bring us an entire mountain, do you know of one made up of this substance? What obsidian? Oh, I gotcha. There's little mountains of them. Yeah, back in the second underworld, there's nothing but obsidian mountains as far as we could see. Great, that's not too far from here at all. Let's go grab one right now. To see Benny Enma again then? Oh, yep. I see. So you need a mountain's worth of obsidian. Chirp. These sword mountains are of a composite myth that overlays Great King Enma's mindscape into the Itzachihuatl mountain range. Ideally, I'd like to keep them all as my swords. Chirp. But if you need them to repair Chaldea's ship, I suppose I have no choice but to let one go. However, wyverns! May be willing to part with one. I can't say the same for my tormentor demons. They're saying defeat us if you can, and think you can get their rocks that easily? In retrospect, I may have overindulged them. They're a bit pretentious now. Unbounded confidence only leads you and those around you to harm. The best cure for this is a harsh lesson of the school of hard knocks. Yikes. You're a lot harsher than you look. Anyway, you heard her, Horsey. You okay with this? This is one of those situations where you need to treat all life as precious or love your enemies or... No, kill them! Collecting materials is a serious business. Give them to the count of 3, then KO. I see. No mercy for those who stand in your way, huh? Might make right and all that? Give me the solar hides. Got it. Well then I'll leave their bodies intact. I'll smash their pride to bits. You know, I'm not usually much for violence. Something about hearing KO that gets me all pyro. No. This is becoming too much Quetzalcoatl. Okay, hey. What's this say? Everything special? All enemies have 3 hits of 90% defense. If small attack up when attacked. All of which are removable. Oh, it's just a single wave? You have to use Benny Enma. I don't have her. I guess. Arcwood, calling you out. This is Black Grail, I guess. And I don't know, just someone for the bond. Moramasa. Archer's back. Wait, this is bond for Fate Stay Night Servants. I think Moramasa counts. I thought it was just a, you know, one of the regular plus 50 bond. So it's literally worthless. Probably, maybe, I don't know. Why is it going back to this one? Why is this the default? Hit the plug suit. Okay. I might make this the final chapter, I'm not for sure. Because I just scrolled down a little on the Game Press guide, right? Apparently the next 2 areas, we fight Saber Altar. Well, no, a boss. I assume it's the same boss both times, but I mean, well, no, it's a different class. I don't know. We'll see how good of a stopping point this area ends on. Oh yeah, I forgot it. Benny Emma has the box things. It was like plays into her story, right? The small box buffs allies. The big one hurts enemies. I think there's a similar story from like, I don't know, some kind of European mythology, right? Like hey, which axe did you drop in the lake? The gold one or the silver one, right? Or something like that. I swear. Which axe drop gold or silver? Or is that just like a RuneScape quest? No, no, the honest woodcutter. It's an Aesop fable. So I wonder if did just both those stories happen to coexist, or did like one of them somehow spread to the other? I don't know how old either of them are. But I always think it's interesting when like 2 completely different cultures end up having like, you know, a similar thing. Like I know like flood myths are like very common. Like regardless of like culture. Which I've heard, you know, comes from the fact that, you know, a lot of humanity, or all of humanity, like I don't know, nobody cares about prehistory. Some, you know, came from, you know, Mesopotamia, you know, a flooding river valley. There we go. Come on, kill this guy. You got it. Let's go. Okay. Oh, it's a Greek story apparently. The honest woodcutter. I didn't think it was that old. And the person in the water is Hermes. They're probably completely unrelated then, because I was kind of thinking maybe if those are relatively newer in like Europe that was brought over from Japan, Because obviously Japan did not have much contact with the outside world. They really just blow themselves up? Don't worry, they're just vowing to have a rematch. I hear they're resolving their voices chirp. They said we're gonna bulk up even more by the next time we meet, and well thought. We suppose you can have some training stones. Training stones, let's go! Isn't that great? This is how a good fairy tale should go. Chirp. It's true, even though they're a bunch of stone statues, they had some real backbone to them. Pounding on them was so satisfying, I'm almost sad I defeated them. Anyway, I'll just be taking one of these mountains to go, yes? Over 20 times, right? I'll go. Just take the background with you. I don't think she meant it literally. That's God's for you. Okay, looks like she should have no problem collecting and transporting the ore by herself. By the way, is it just you here today? I know Mashu's keeping an eye on your ship. What about the other woman? Chirp. Go in, Skyo. No, not her. We brought that money-grubbing deviant back here. I'll be mustering all my mountains for a massive rabbit hunt. Chirp. No, I mean that woman with the crown and the horns. U-Olga Marie. She was every bit as determined as Mashu to make sure you came to no harm. So I thought, as long as she and Mashu were by your side, I could let you go off with into Mictlan and rest easy, knowing you'd be completely safe. Chirp. Well, there's no doubt you'll be in any danger with that jade-haired behemoth following you around now. Do you and Olga Marie have a fight or something? Just sort of keep missing each other. I see. Glad to hear you two are still good friends, Chirp. That said, the heart can be fickle. Even the smallest thing can grow into an impassable rift. So if you need to ask something, then ask it. If you need to apologize, then do it. Once you've grown distant, nothing you say will ever bridge that gap. Every encounter in this life is precious. If you get an opportunity to talk, can't be afraid to take it. Chirp. Thank you for your wisdom, bird. Don't tell me it's another day passing. Okay, just turning to evening. Okay. More story time? Oh, little dinosaur. These are definitely ones from before, though. Oh, I see things are going quite well here, too. The deinos just don't have any notion of resentment or preconceptions about foreign cultures. We had so many volunteers lining up to help repair the border, we didn't even need to ask anybody. Only humans could take a page from their no wait. Look at that might be a little bit hasty. If everyone only ever worked for the benefit of those around them, I'd be out of business. Maybe it's possible to be too understanding. They are smart enough to know when something is sad, but they don't see tragedies as tragic. They have the empathy to understand when someone is frustrated, but they don't recognize injustice as unjust. While that may work just fine for them, it would drive any neighbor crazy. Hello, U-Olga. There's even more today than yesterday. No, I said I'd permit discussions of proper human history. I don't think it was gonna get this big. Here for an inspection? Hell no! Just want to kick his tractor ball around. People are taking up the whole grounds. It's the only thing I'm gonna do for fun. Now it's ruined. Hey, Chaka, move aside. I'm gonna sit in the back. You want to stay here too. Want to hear what they have to say, right? Sit up front. No point holding back. Is that Chaka? That's Chaka. Oh my, how nice of you to help that shy deinos. You may be foul-mouthed, but you're a considerate king just the same. May I introduce myself? Don't bother. You're the one who taught Black U-Olga all the things he didn't need to know, right? If you want to hawk your wares in Chichen Itza, go right ahead. Don't think you'll find many deinos looking to buy them, though. Ouch! True, but ouch. I haven't sold a single item so far, yes, but that's fine. You can't build a successful business in a day. Why is she still selling stuff? Isn't she, like, kinda done? I'm happy to put in the work. I'm not just here to make money, you know? Got my eye on much bigger things. So that's what you're really after, Tell it that's going to go up in flames. Anyway, what are you still standing around for? Don't you see all those deinos waiting for you? Make with the stories already. Tell them about the different worlds you've seen. Kind of what-if tales that never came about in Mictlan. Tell them about Potsy. Okay, well, first off, what's with the clapping? Pachi, Pachi, Pachi. Serica's got me to start doing that now. Oh, Stormboard. Oh, oh no! The priest smiles. Oh. Yes, good evening. Are you lost, Kotomine? Show you around if you like. What is... Is this another new song? I don't think I've heard it before. No, that's alright. Just better take a break. We're patrolling the border to make sure no Oslama stick aboard, you see? Oh, thanks. Head for our sensors to detect the Oslama, since they barely have any magical energy. This captain isn't back in full form yet. That'll be a big help. Oh? I wonder if that's foreshadowing for something. Like, where did the Oslama come from? I was under the impression that Captain Nemo's fully back in action. Like, were they always just in this lost boat, or did, like, David, like, I don't know. Are they all David clones? Oh, that he's just pretending it's fine like always. See him pretends not to notice anything's wrong. I see. I'll bear that in mind. By the way, is the Stormboard is power generated solely by internal combustion engines? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, I was just wondering what we should do about powering the ship if the engines were to stop. I heard you had to barricade yourselves within the dark without any electricity when you crashed. That must have been terrible. We are giving him the blueprints to our ship. This is don't Nemo, you idiot. So I thought if the ship had some means of drawing power from the outside, you'd be able to restore it that much quicker. I see. Good thinking as usual, Father. But don't worry, we already have a means in place for collecting energy from external sources. We had some way to summon 100 servants with the ability to provide power, but ground the ship without the engines at all. Of course, now that the wandering sea base is gone, doubt we'll ever use it again. But consider that. Thanks for the inspiration. So you do have a way to power the ship, even if its all engines were to be destroyed. Glad to hear it. We'll just get 100 servants to go underneath it and carry it? Yep, well, I'd also bawl my eyes out if that ever happened. Oh no, I'm scared. Wait a sec. You've been spending a lot of time around the border for the last couple days. Shouldn't you be with the foreign god? You may wish to choose your words more carefully, Kadok. Throwing the word god around too casually can make the miraculous balancing act come crashing down. Oh, my apologies. Miraculous really doesn't do the situation justice. The present situation is all thanks to Horsey and Mashu's hard work and healthy, accepting mindset. You, on the other hand, don't seem to be nearly as open-minded as them. Once you form an opinion of someone, you don't easily change it. Yeah, that's right. Like them, I'm a mage. Can't change my principles on a dime. It's an old-fashioned like that. I don't see that as a bad thing just now, though. Because, see, Chaldea needs someone around who isn't just gonna go all in on trusting you too, however much you need help. As well you shouldn't. We are aiding Horsey, not Chaldea. Temporarily at that. Once the young miss accepts her true position, we'll take our leave right away. So it's all up to U-Olga Marie, huh? You're not planning to put a thumb on the scale? Of course not! I have no desire to fight. I only wish to witness the birth of the one yet to arrive. That said, Rasputin's influence has left me with at least some of the emotions any human ought to have. Oh no, Keyring with emotions, I'm scared. We see a poor soul doomed to a life of unhappiness unless something is done, compelled to reach out and help. I'm concerned about the young miss as well, but for very different reasons. This is not a good situation for her. She have to make a decision herself, she'll only continue to suffer more. Since you agree that would be for the best, expect I can trust you not to interfere? No, I won't. Even if Mashu, Horsey, and Olga Marie hate me for it, better if they part ways before they truly understand each other. No, he's trying to stop the Olga Marie route. You can't do this, Kadok. Okay, I think this video is like 15 minutes long now, so I'll stop there. There should be enough in the next chapter plus the interlude to make a full video. I think. I don't know how long it is. I know the interlude's short. Ish. Oh, 3 arrows left? Hold on. Game press, how long we got left? Maybe we don't even need to do the inner the next one. Oh yeah, we still got a while to go. This is such a long section. Nasu does not. He's going hard on part 2. Anyways, see you guys next time with some more Fake Grand Order. See you guys then. Bye.